about to jump into the sim racing PCA driver education, or basically a driving coaching session. So let's jump on in. Let's see where we're at. Where are they? Entry class, entry drivers.
I miss Rob Rodriguez, man. I wish he was still in here with us.
Hopefully he'll be back.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
And
All right, we're at 8:00. You want to get started with the race preview?
I'm dying to do it.
Okay, hold on. Let me do a little intro. Guys, I know a lot of you are new. So this race review, it's easy to go, oh, what the hell do I need to watch it for? Basically, we capture moments of, you should have probably thought better of that. So we're not trying to call anybody out. We're not trying to focus on any one driver. If you happen to have made the mistake, at least other people can learn from it, okay? We're not trying to call anybody out or anything like that.
do a mic check.
Hey, Patrick, we hear you.
Yeah.
So before Anchor's going to launch this and he's going to go over a few of the incidents, do not think that there were only 4 incidents in that race.
There were a lot.
We're just going to look at 4 different types and go over them. Go ahead, Anchor. Everybody, click on the red live button next to Anchor Bergson's name at the very top of the Discord.
Yeah, and then click
stream.
Then click on watch stream. Everybody should be seeing entry class race review S13 race 1 Daytona road course. Yay?
Yes. Correct.
Does anybody not see it?
Not yet.
Okay, we're gonna roll. So, these race reviews are not just for the people who are in the race. The purpose is to learn, to understand how to avoid incidents, not to blame or pick who's at fault in any particular incident. So we're going to go through 4 incidents. We're going to talk about how could they have been avoided. So I'm ready to roll the first one, and that was right at the race start. And there were a couple of mistakes that were made that you really shouldn't make. So I'm showing it so that you new guys won't forget that how to do race starts here in PCA. So let's roll it. It'll be a few seconds. First of all, far chase view. Boom. Mistake number 1.
Mistake number 2.
Mistake number 2.
Anybody who saw what mistake number 2 was? Speak up.
Well, the 2
Getting out of
instructors.
line.
Yes.
We got a line.
Yes.
David
Before.
Autry. Yep. Good call.
Yeah.
Backing up.
Yeah. So you can't be out of line before the start line. And don't think that the start and finish line are always the same. They're often not the same. So you have to stay in line right until you get to the start line, and then you can pull out of line and start making passes. It's not always a good idea, but you really shouldn't do that. So we just got to roll a couple of views of how it went. We're going to do a cockpit view, what it looked like to the boom. And you see the pole and the line. So
Which was the hit?
that was the same driver who pulled out. He hit the car in front of him. And the reason was, and that's what this page is about, the reason was that he doesn't anticipate the car in front of him slowing down. The car in front of him slowed down because the car in front of him slowed down, so he couldn't have done anything else. So what you should do is make sure that you could see as far as you can ahead of you without getting out of line, but you can offset. As long as there's a slight overlap between you and the car in front of you, you're legal. So try to offset a bit so that you can see what's happening ahead of you in the line that you're in. That's the way to avoid these incidents. And don't ever jump into too high a gear to catch up with the pack. Just stay in the gear that's the right one for the pace.
Just FYI, guys, in this race, this is an entry race. You don't have race control. In the league races, you're going to have race control. And race control has what they call an orange zone, basically the first minute of the race. If you screw up in the first minute of the race and take somebody out or cause damage, spin somebody, etc., it is a double whammy. They hit you hard for it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's easy to get away with it in public races or even in your entry races, but with a live race control, just tapping somebody on the parade lap can get you in trouble. Just FYI.
Yeah, and you'll be more than a lap behind in lap 2.
Yeah, because they'll throw you a black flag and you'll have a time penalty.
And you'll never catch up with the pack. That'll be the end of the race.
All right, let's move on.
We're moving on. Just letting it roll. It's only a 3-minute video. It feels longer. Okay, here we go. Remember the rule. Stay in your line till the start-finish line, and before we go green, do not leave more than a car's length in front of you. Bunch up and crates. Okay, so here's a completely different kind of incident. This is what you should avoid doing in lap 1 when your tires are cold. So, let's see what happens.
I hate this guy.
Okay. You see that dark line behind the green and black car's left rear wheel? That's a wheel spinning madly. This car has lost the rear end. And can somebody say why he did it? Why did he lose his rear end?
Actually, he hit the grass.
I was going to say.
Well, I wasn't asking you, Mike. I wasn't asking you, Mike. I was asking everybody else. Anyway, yes, he hit the grass. That set the wheel spinning, and it didn't stop because he was also in first gear. In a lot of on cold tires and in the first lap, it's actually a good idea to do some short shifting. Exactly, so that you won't. It's not the lap in which you want to stomp on the gas and blast by everybody else. You'll end up doing what's happening right here. So, boom, he collects somebody else. So that's not a good way to make friends. And he does the right thing here. What you should do if you spin onto track is stop. Sit still until everybody is by you, and then you can get back on track and drive. And yes, it's painful in lap 1 to watch everybody go by.
I think he does okay until he doesn't realize that there's one more car coming.
That's me.
I'm going to ban you.
Punchline.
Yeah, I'm going to ban you from these in the future.
The worst part is I saw the car behind him and didn't see the car I hit.
Yeah. Boom. So...
don't you do a cockpit view of
I do.
Patrick's car? Patrick's car?
Yeah, and that's really revealing.
Yeah, just hold it for a second. Guys, if you looked at that and went, how the heck could he not just swerve around him? This is the cockpit view. Watch how quickly this happens.
Yeah, where's the car right now?
Real time, yeah. You don't even...
Yeah, he's doing over 100 miles an hour, and all of a sudden the car pops up in front of him.
So
can I ask a newbie question?
Sure. How come the cars are not getting destroyed? Is collision damage or something turned off for the person who
Damage
left?
is off. Yeah, damage is
entry
off.
damage
for
is
these.
off.
Yeah.
They are self-repairing.
Well,
And-
here's the deal. We want you guys to race. This is an hour-long race. If we turn damage on, there'd be 6 of you left. Two
I
of you,
love it.
2 of you,
That's
3
great.
laps down. Okay. So,
Yeah, and half of you in the pits waiting for repair to finish.
right. That doesn't
is
give you
gonna
the
be awesome.
experience that we want you to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So a couple of points here, and they pop up in the video. So we save these video. We're going to save these videos so we could use them again later. So let's talk how we could avoided the whole thing. So the car that spun out shouldn't accelerate hard when passing over curbs and grass, and especially when tires are cold. And if he'd been in second gear, he would have had much less risk of spinning up the wheels, and he would have been fine, I think. He did wait for a gap, but he didn't wait for everybody, and that was not good. And he would have been penalized if this had been a real race.
he waited the first time, but he didn't wait the second time.
And I think he would have been fine if he had stayed on the track edge.
Yeah, if
instead
he
of
would have done
moving
parallel.
towards the middle.
When you rejoin, put 2 tires from one side of your car on the track first. Okay? Not your front tires first, but one side of the car first. And then if somebody hits you, it's generally not on you, it's on them. Okay? Just FYI. So if you join parallel to the track and ease your way on, if somebody hits you at that point, it's basically on them, not on you. So
Yeah. So let's.
Yeah,
Yep. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm on a single monitor, and it's really hard to keep track. Like I can definitely see doing that exact same
Yeah.
thing.
And let me tell you what you need to do. You need to have the relative black box showing the whole time.
Right.
Yep.
And even better, if you have an overlay that shows the track map with the cars on it.
Yeah.
That would be-
I'll point it out when I do my track walk because I have my track map up and you'll
I didn't
see
know
it.
you could do that. Oh,
Yeah, good question.
Well,
So
you have
the-
to pay for the extra overlay. Doesn't come with iRacing.
right.
No, but
we know how to do it.
hold on. RaceLab Apps has a free version. I don't
Yeah.
know if the track map is
It's,
included in it.
no, it's not. It's not.
But
Okay.
RaceLab Apps cost me $4 a month.
Yeah,
Okay.
$50 a year.
Yeah.
If you have a Porsche, you can afford that.
Yeah. So, just FYI, it's not that much.
Jim Hubba has
No.
one too.
And
Yeah.
if you're using VRS
I
or
overlay-
something like that, you're paying $10 a month for VRS. So
And iOverlay is free, and it
It's
also has a
free.
track map.
And it-
Yeah.
yep.
So no excuse not to have a track map overlay, and that will save you completely from something like this.
All right, let's find the next one.
Yeah, no, let me just talk about the car that ran into the rear of him because he made one mistake. Two mistakes. I don't think he was paying attention to the yellow flag, and we have a tendency here in sim racing to ignore yellow flags, because a collision, it doesn't cost us money. You really should lift a little bit and pay attention and look way ahead so that you can see what has happened, why there is a yellow flag. And because he was going at full blast, no doubt about that. And the yellow flag told him that there was a car in trouble in front of him. And then the second thing, which is also important, is when a car is parked in the middle of the track, across the track, you can either go in front of him or behind him. But guess what direction he's most likely to go in if he goes? He's going to go forward. So pass behind him. You can save yourself a ton of times if you pass behind cars that are stuck on track. And if you have to go out and coast over a bit of grass, do that. There's not a rule that says thou shalt never go on grass in racing. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. Okay. Next one. And this one is about mixed class racing. So what we have here is we have a beginner / novice car in front, and we have a much more experienced driver in the back. And he's anxious to get by. So he wants to pass.
Sent that from another zip code.
Yeah. Now,
Actually, isn't that the other way around? David, is that you in the white and blue car?
It is. I'm a novice.
you're a novice.
Yeah.
Boy, you are coming fast.
And who's in the pink car with the blue
That's
top?
me.
Robert
Robert?
Bain.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a different ways of handling the situation. Robert was a little more conservative than David.
Yeah.
Okay. And he made out by being conservative. Okay.
I think I slid into him because he apexed differently and then hit the brakes, and I was getting too close.
Yeah, you were too close to react to his braking, and he pulled in front of you to be able to get around the corner. You know,
Let's see it again.
yeah,
let's see it again.
Because right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on me.
And you were hard on the gas there because your rear end got squirrely.
Well, this one gets interesting.
Yeah.
Because
actually,
the rule says that if you are not alongside by the time of turn in, you have to give up the space.
Exactly. Yes.
well, I guess it comes down to, is this turn 2 or is it still turn 1?
Yeah, that's what I said. This is tricky.
Yeah.
This is not as clear cut as it might seem.
So actually, if my take on it is that it's on Robert, okay, because David has completely cleared Robert.
Yes.
Okay, he's completely by him, and whether David stands on his brakes and stops in the middle of the track or not, Robert can't hit him. Okay, even if he backs it up and just comes to a stop, which it appears that he did there. So.
Let's back up to the turn-in point, because
this is the turn-in for 1, not 2.
But are they at the exit of 1 or at the entrance of 2?
Yeah,
that's really where I say this gets tricky.
Yeah, I think they're at the entrance of 2. But go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think he completes the pass right there. He's by.
Okay.
Now this is 2. That's my take.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's
on me. I was surprised when he passed me. I didn't see him coming, and then I overbraked and slid into him. So
here's the deal, guys. It's easy to fall into. This is the line I take when I hot lap. Okay. In other words, this is the line I want to be on. This is the line I'm most comfortable in, etc. So I'm going to take that line every chance I get, even if there's a car there. Well, the problem is, in this particular case, Robert in the pink car had his braking done early, okay? And he's probably coasting and ready to get on the gas. But because David passed so late, he's still on his brakes. He still hasn't hasn't finished the corner, if you will, and needs to try to make that corner in second. So he's having to slow down more than Robert is. Robert, in this case, you should not follow him. Either go inside, put your car completely on the inside line or completely on the outside line, just in case he does this. Okay. I got caught out by the same thing coming down into one. I followed somebody that was taking the same line lap after lap. And when I went to move, they moved at the same time I did, taking a line that they didn't normally take, and I hit them. You know, just because I didn't completely offset, assuming that he was going to take the same line. So best thing you can do is just put your car to where it's not behind his car in any way, shape, or form. That way, if he does spin or slides or something like that, you're by without any drama at all.
The other thing I'll say is the passing car, if that was David, I would be extremely cautious about doing that kind of move.
Oh yeah.
Because that is you are entering the vortex of danger at a very, very high speed. If Robert had turned in, following pretty much the same line you were trying to take, he would have turned right down into you, wrecked you both, and it would have been your fault. So it's a risky move. Last lap, that kind of thing, maybe you go for it. If it's, for position or something like that. But in general, I would say do not send it from that far back.
All right, let's with the
we have
there.
Okay, I'm just going to let it roll. Okay, we'll do this too, which is actually also interesting. Because he loses his rear end, you can't really see that in the far chase view.
Oh, okay. I saw he lost his rear end when he got tapped.
Yeah.
It was a nice save.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, finally, let's talk a little bit about netcodes very quickly. Netcode basically is...
Flipped right into you.
I kept watching this one and I couldn't see...
I never saw any contact.
I never saw anybody that looked like they had contact.
Watch this very, very carefully, and you will see the right fender pop out again. The right rear fender of the yellow and red car pop out again just after he's passed.
I just flipped right into you.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
There it goes.
The black car hit him.
Yeah, the black. It's the black car that hit him. Now, they actually don't touch physically, and
I just flipped right into you.
No, now he doesn't. The metal doesn't touch metal, but iRacing defines the car for collision purposes as a rectangle. So the two rectangles actually touch. So this,
you mean rectangle as opposed to rectangle? I'm like, rectangle? Yeah, that's what they should call it, a rectangle.
I have a cold. Don't tease it.
Like, oh, that's a good term for net code.
Using it. I'm taking that one.
A rectangle. Okay, I'll remember that one. But so. You will be in situations where your car will get damaged from a passing car, and when you look at it in a replay, you'll say, these cars did not touch. And yes, you did not see them touch, but you have to realize that because of network delays, the only car that is exactly where it physically is at that moment, from your view, is your car. Every other car is a little bit of a projection because the information about where that car is comes from the car's location to the central server and then to your server. So iRacing tries to be clever, and based upon your speed, your wheel angle, and all of that, your brakes and all of that stuff, they try to project where that car will be at your point in time based upon where it was a moment ago. And sometimes it's wrong.
The one thing I'd say about this is if you watch this in real time, this will very rarely happen in most races. Matt goes around these two with a 40-mile-an-hour speed difference. I don't know. I watched this and I went, why are those guys so slow? Why is Matt so fast there? Because this is not just I'll go around him. This is I got to swoop around him because
It's
these
almost like
guys
a
are like,
GTP
stop.
passing him.
Yeah, exactly. If you put that real time, it's like, holy cow, they came up on him quick and he had to zig out of the way to get around him, man.
Yeah. But I thought it was appropriate to talk a little bit about net codes.
Yep.
So
Hey,
one step
So we're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see how fast he was gone?
Oh yeah.
It's out of that picture, man.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Now we
Yes.
can.
Yeah, I'm trying to say something. So, not related to the incident or whatever, but this picture shows something that we cannot allow as PCA, and that is branding on a car that you do not have the rights to display. So, unless you have a written letter in your drawer that says that you have permission to use the Bucky's logo, you cannot use this on your car. This has to do with the iRacing. Basically livery requirements. It relates to the fact that you can potentially be on a broadcast and that can cause all kinds of trouble. So unless
Yeah,
you have
we talked about it
to
earlier.
use liveries or brand marketing, don't put it on your car, please.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier where basically in our sessions you can run whatever you want, but if it's going to be broadcast, yeah, you have to follow those rules. So it's best just to have a car that follows those rules to begin with. Are we going to do the track walk with everybody, or are we going to split, Rob?
Let's split because this is a longer module. I want to make sure we got plenty of time
Okay.
to go over.
Does new guys, do all of you know whether or not you're an A, a B, or an N?
Does anybody not know?
Who doesn't know if they're?
I don't know.
Who's
Who's
on?
that?
I don't know either. I think I'm an in, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Somebody
Rob?
pull up the roster.
Rob
Heath.
Perez, you are an N.
So you will go with Rob
do that.
Hamill.
Who else
Okay.
asked?
Heath Spencer.
Eldon.
Heath, you are an A.
So you'll stay with me.
Sheldon, you are an A.
You'll stay with me.
What about
Well, Mitchell.
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 You are an A.
Lewis, you'll stay with me. Paul and Michael Trusty.
Both N's.
You guys will go with Rob. Anybody else?
Patrick. Can you do Patrick?
Patrick,
You should be an A
you've
now.
been with us. Yeah, you've been with us.
Well, I think I just got bumped up.
You
I
got
think.
you got promoted. Good for you.
Yep, you are an A.
I think I'm in A too. Rob Baines.
Yes, I'm pretty sure we did that.
Keith.
Yep, you're an A. Keith should be an A. Yep,
Chip
you're
Witt.
an A.
Chip. I guess we'll let you be an A.
All right, so
but yes.
B. There you go.
all right, so everybody who's an N, go ahead and drop down one channel into novice drivers, and we'll get started.
Yeah, and if you can't look that far, then right-click on your name, and you will see Move to down at the bottom, and then select Novice Drivers in the long list of voice channels.
So right click on your name in Discord. All the way to the bottom underneath roles is Move to. Highlight on Move to, and then if you're an N, you're going to go to
Novice Drivers.
Novice Drivers. Okay.
Oh,
Everybody
I was
else.
novice, but I am designated as a B. What is the designations between them? I'm
Okay.
new with you guys.
So and basically anybody that's a rookie that hasn't got out of rookies in iRacing, Maybe you're a D, maybe you're a rookie, but you've got an I rating around 1,000 or so. B's are you've got experience. You're probably a C license, B license, or A license in iRacing, and you got an I rating over 1250 or so. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay, so it's just based on experience, not on speed. So everybody else, go ahead and click on my live and watch stream. Everybody should be seeing Richard Woodruff in front of my car. That's Richard Woodruff's white car in front of mine. Let me know if you're not seeing it.
I don't see it.
Everybody seeing it?
I'm not seeing it.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. So normally, when you do a track walk, you're like, I'm going to find my hottest lap and show you what a hot crap pilot I am and how good I am and how I can turn a 142 or whatever. But you know what? I decided that a better way to do a track walk here is how you're typically going to be running on this track, and that is with somebody blocking your view. Okay? So this isn't the fastest track walk at all, but because there's very few things in the way of brake markers here, I want to give you a real world experience of what going around this track following another car is like. Okay, so we're going to make a run down. This is the last corner. We're going to go down the main straight, and we'll stop it at the end of the main straight. By the way, that is you, Richard, in front of me, man. This is like our last lap last night.
This is when I was all over the place.
I do want to point out, I will leave my telemetry on up there, and I'll try to get out of the way with the space bar. But we're heading down into one. One here is it's so critical, but it is so easy to go too fast through one and end up wide and get a 1X or even a slowdown, okay? All well and good until you realize that you've run 20 laps and you've got 22X, okay? And you're about to be disqualified. So even though you can run out there, you don't want to. So as we go down into one, oops, I'm one lap too far. Let's see if I went back far enough. Nope. 2 clicks back. There we go. Okay, as you come down into one, there's 2 ways you can do it. You see Richard does it. He straddles the curbing there. I don't like to do that. Every once in a while, the car will catch, and if it catches, it'll freak you out, and you could easily crash. So I stay on this line, and what I do is as soon as I crest this hill, notice I'm still full throttle here. Let's see when I lift. I am lifting right there. Right as I start coming down the hill, I am lifting and just touching my brakes, okay? And remember, yeah, I could probably push it deeper without a car in front of me to get a better lap time, okay? But I'm also subject to this car. So let's, I'm going from 6th down to 4th, and right at the apex down to 3rd. Now you see why I am taking it easy here, okay? I'm not just throwing it in there because I am dependent on what he does as well, right? So I'm still on the brakes, barely on the brakes. I'm aiming to just barely clip this yellow curbing there. Just like he is, right? Barely clips it.
Beautiful.
And get back on the throttle. as we get back on the throttle, the car's very on edge right here, but you just keep your foot in it.
It looks like it's stone.
And when you first start practicing, you always let up for this one. Don't. This is flat out, okay? But it takes a while for you to realize it. What you're trying to do here is arc all the way from 1 through 2, okay? So here we are, arcing all the way through. Trying to get your car parallel like Richards is here. So notice he's just short of the white line up there. I'm betting he's on his brakes right now. Just before you get to that white line, you're going to go from, by this time you've upshifted into 4th. Now you're going to go from 4th and you're going to go all the way down to 1st gear, guys. Okay? So watch my brakes here. Downshift on the brakes. Pretty solid. That's a downshift. Now, notice I'm looking over here, but I got my left eye's on Richard here, right? Because, okay, am I going to make a move? Is he going to go long? What's the deal here? So I'm like, ooh.
We think it might be stone.
Yeah. Notice I still wasn't hard on the brakes. I didn't lock it up. I knew I had to keep on the brakes, though, right? So there he goes. And now 1st gear, and I'm rolling on the throttle starting here. It's very easy to get on the throttle when you're still pointing out this way, guys. Wait until the nose comes around, okay? Once the nose comes around, then spool it up. Notice I'm not all the way up on my throttle yet, right? It's only when the car straightens out. Look at my steering wheel is still 90 degrees. I probably don't get all the way on the throttle until my steering is almost flat. And there. Now here, you want to take this line that Richard's taken here. And the reason you want to take this line is if you come in too shallow here, you got to overslow too much. What you really want to do is catch this curbing way up here. The later you can apex this, the safer you are on the run out. Notice we have a little bit of camber here, but it plateaus out on the top. So you'll get a little help down here from the track, but once you crest, you have no help whatsoever. So slowly we'll run it.
Incident in turn 6. We think it might.
You can turn in. Notice I'm still on it 1,000% here. Oh, now I'm lifting just a tad, making sure that I get as far into this corner as I can, because I know I'll have issues coming out of it if I don't. So in this particular case, he took a better line than me, right? Because I can guarantee you that he didn't have to do any lifting there. So let's go ahead forward.
He went off the track though. He got
he probably got a 1X. He probably got a 1X. Okay. As you come down to turn 5, my suggestion is until you feel comfortable with it, the first lap or two, just use this white line, okay? You're going to be going pretty quick, and what do you notice about this section of the track? It's downhill. Yeah, it's downhill, so it's going to take you longer to brake. As the tires get warmer, you can move it farther down, okay? In this particular case, I probably use like this 3rd pole here, but I'm well into the race and the tires are warm. So easy to get on the gas too hard here and spin them up and get an off track here as well. So be patient. Be patient. Let the nose come around before you get on the throttle. I have subsequently discovered that first gear gives you a little bit better squirt out of there, just like in turn 3. So don't be afraid to go to first. It'll help slow your car down as well. As you come over this next little crest, like Pi says, this is a mini version of turn 1. Okay, it's the same deal. You're going to be in 4th gear. What I do is I use the white line right there. That's my turn in. So as soon as I get to that white line, I turn. And what I'm trying to do is use as little brake as possible, and I'm on this brake to aim the nose of the car. I need to put a little bit of weight on the nose of the car to get it to be able to point where I want it to point. Because if I've got my foot still on the full throttle here, I don't have any weight on the front end, and the car doesn't want to turn. So just a little bit of brake just to get the nose to turn in. Notice I'm getting off from it. I'm getting off from it. All I'm trying to do is hit the red and white curbing here as I go by. And I stay in 4th. I stay in 4th gear. Okay? You stay in 4th gear because that's about as high as you get coming up out of that hairpin that we were in first for. You'll run up to 4th, you stay in 4th, and then just touch the brakes lightly to get the nose to turn in here. And then try to get off those brakes and onto throttle even before I do here. Okay? Because what you want to do is run out like Richard, is get parallel with the track, and probably use that white line. If I back up a little bit, see the white line out there? Use that white line. You don't have to brake super hard here. Look, I'm at what, 45%? I'm going from 4th to 2nd. Okay. Notice I straighten out the wheel. I'm taking advantage of this. Now it's 33% braking. I'm trying not to over brake here. I'm trying to carry as much as I can, and I'm going down to 2nd gear. And all I'm doing here, now notice I'm off my brakes. I know I can make it at this point, okay? But I'm delaying getting on the throttle, because if I got on throttle here, there's no way I make this corner, right? Mm-hmm. So delay. Just look, I touched just to tuck a little bit more, and now I'm gone. Now 2/3 throttle, but I didn't mash it. I'm not 100% throttle here. I'm rolling on it to keep the tires from spinning up, because I got a lot of wheel in the car. So here I'm opening up my hands, letting the car ride out, and now I'm at 100%. It's okay to go onto this green. If you're on this greens, it means you carried as much speed as you could through there, okay? So we're carrying our speed. This section is just flat, okay? You can even be mid-track and still make this, okay? All right. Tricky part, right? Portimao, the corner itself. Guess what? It's a blind corner. But if you watch Chris's track walk, there's a bit of a trick. You see the tops of the trees? I try to aim in this gap between tree 1, tree 2, and tree 3. Tree 1 and 2. Okay? I just aim for that. And off the throttle, barely on the brakes. Okay? What I like to do is not get hard on the brakes. And the reason that you don't want to get hard on the brakes here is we're on an uphill. Okay? So we're about to crest, and the tires are going to get real light. So I'm just touching the brakes here just to settle the car down, and I'm lifting just to keep it from flying, if you will, because what I want to do is give it enough brakes and turn in to be able to make this corner all in one fell swoop. So watch. So watch the brakes. See, I'm never, what, 20%, even less, 10%. All I'm doing is using that little bit of brake to tuck the nose in because I want to try to late apex on this yellow curb over here. Just like Richard is. Richard goes a little bit wide, right? But I'm seeing my target. Now, what beginners do is they get on it too hard right here and they'll end up pushing off. So you have to wait until you get all the way on it. I'm 50% throttle, 70% throttle, but I'm still not there yet. Oops. Damn it. Damn it. I hit the wrong button. We'll get back there. Let's see.
I think it was 33, wasn't it?
Yeah, 33 is the lap you were showing.
No, I think we were 35.
Oh, no. Turn 4. We think it might be stone. Incident in. Tour of it. Looks like it's stone. There's an incident in. Turn 6. It looks like
You know what? You're right, because I'm next to him on this one, aren't I? That's okay. We'll just keep going here. Well, you know what?
I think actually was 32.
34.
No. Hit 32 and then hit play. No, 33. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm on. That's where I'm at.
34.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the one we were on.
There's an incident in. Turn 4.
Because I almost get him right there. Yep. This is the one we were walking through.
Turn 6. We think it might be stone. There's an incident in. Craig Jones. It looks like it's stone. Incident in.
Okay, this is where we're at.
Stone.
And do you go down to second
guys.
there?
I do go down to second, but not first here. This is second gear. Trying to catch the back of the curbing, and notice still 66%. Yeah, I hit that button instead of this one. And 80%, and 80%, and lift a little, and you see the throttle? Do not have it pegged there, right? So just be judicious with your use. Now I'm pegged, and now it's just a little swoop and a turn. You can actually stay inside here, okay? Multiple lines go through there. You can take it flat out. Coming up this hill to the left-hander, you want to get all the way over right where Richard is there. I am usually in fourth. I'm going to take it down to second gear.
We think it might be stone.
This corner tries to trick you into braking too late. Okay, move your braking point. Look how much brake I'm at on this. Okay, so this is almost threshold braking up this hill, and probably had to do with him slowing a little bit more than I thought he would. Right.
There's an incident in.
So
it looks like
Richard does it right. I do it right. You basically want to apex all the way over on the yellow curbing here. Okay. Now all I'm trying to do is decide which way he's going to go, and I'm going to try to go the other way. So if he goes left, I'll go right, and vice versa. And he's going left. So I probably try to cut back. No, he's already on his brake, so I'm kind of blocked here. So you just got to take your medicine in this case. And you can kind of get up to third there, but then you need to downshift back to second because this is downhill and the track's falling away from you. and the car does not want to turn on the first half of this turn. Okay, so you have to be patient here, or you'll find yourself way out here every single time. The fast way is to get close to that curbing. So down to second, be patient, watch my throttle. I'm at what, 50, less than that. Now I even touched my brake, okay, to make sure once the track starts going uphill, I know that I can get on the throttle. Okay, once it goes uphill, but you have to make it through that transition there. If you get on the throttle earlier than that, it's just going to throw you too wide. Okay, so you just.
Mike, what were those blue lights on your dash on the sides?
That would be
traction
control. Going, hey, I'm right on the edge here. So yeah, that's traction control. So the car was right on the edge. It's okay to blanket all the time. You just don't want them on solid. Okay. So notice I'm 100% here. Probably so is he. Okay. Real easy. If you go too long up here, you'll get a 1X. If you put the center of your car over to the left of the green line, you'll get a 1X. So keep your windshield wiper over here. Don't get all the way out over there. And if you go, where did I get that 1X from?
It looks like it's
The turn in is right here. Follow this white mark right here. If you go out here, you can pick up a 1X. So you want to turn in right at that white triangle. He's turned in just a tad early, but he ends up taking it faster than me, if you watch. And this is short shift to fifth, lightly lift, and then get back on it. As you're riding high, did you guys see the car lift there? Because we're at the very crest of a hill. When you crest that hill, just lift a little bit, and then when the car settles down, you can go ahead and get back on the throttle again. So just trust it. I'm going to go ahead and let this run out. This is the last lap of the race. Me and Richard racing for position.
There's an incident in turn 4. It looks like stone. Incident in Torbe. It looks like it's stone. There's an incident in turn 6. It looks like stone. There's an incident in turn 7. I think it might be stone.
Watch this little guy. Come on, Richard. Look at him squeezing me.
There's an incident in Craig Jones. We think it might be stone.
All perfectly legal.
There's an incident in Portimao. It looks like it's stone.
Be patient here. Now go. Flat out, just pick a line. Up into Portimao, look for the trees. Late apex here.
It looks like it's stone.
Okay, this is, which way's Richard gonna go? I'm going the other way. This is the last lap. Dive it! Oh man. I gotta say, Richard, I would not have cut back on somebody like that, but that's me.
I checked my mirrors. You were
Yeah.
Thank you for reading.
Anyway, I wanted to do that kind of track walk because when you're out on track, as you guys see, there are no braking boards or anything, right? There's some lines here and there. It's very much a field track, okay? This track will it's like the perv in the white van holding candy out, trying to trick you into overdriving, man. Trying to get you to come into the van. Do not overdrive. It's very easy to take 40 miles an hour too fast. Okay? It can be done. You're going to end up way out in the green, but it can be done. So be aware. It's real easy to feel like I am giving up so much time by having to brake for this corner. Well, everybody's having to do that. Okay? Everybody's having to brake for that corner. Everybody's having to go down to first gear. Okay? So take your time. Make sure the nose comes around before you roll on your throttles. This track is also, because of the elevation changes and stuff like that, it's real easy to spin your back tires. If you spin your back tires, you're going slow and you're going to crash. Any questions? Hearing none, let's go join our session. Remember, it's the Entry League AB session, not the novice one, right? All right, see you guys in there. Or unless I've lost all of you, nobody's saying anything.
It still shows as a pending future session.
Radio check.
Spotter, radio check.
Then something's wrong.
Just close your iRacing and start it up again.
Yeah.
It's available. I'm getting in.
Entry League sessions, and there's 2 of them. Make sure you're reading AB. For me, it's the top one, but it says it's been going already. It says there's an hour left.
Yeah, closing and reopening fixed it.
Mine still shows test drive.
Are you in Entry League?
Close iRacing and then open it again and then check again.
Yes, I am on the Entry League.
Yeah, if it still shows test drive, then there's something wrong. Close iRacing, open it back up, go back into entry. You should see it.
Oof.
Okay, just did it.
These guys are way better than me.
Ooh, big field. Oh, a few challenge people as well, huh? Dave Douglas, how you doing, bud?
Doing good, Mike. Thanks for giving us the pointers.
No sweat. Your job today, take out Chip Witt every chance you get.
Your wish is my command, sir. You've never steered me wrong.
Hey now, watch it.
I've got minions, Chip. They will do my bidding, man. Don't be.
I would do anything for you, Mike. I gotta buy you a beer sometime.
No sweat, Dave.
Hey, Mike.
Yes. Who's that?
John Shipples.
Hey, John.
When we're racing and damage is off, are the tires still getting damaged?
No, but they still have the same amount of wear. In other words, if your car repairs, it doesn't give you new tires. It gives you the same tires you had.
So okay.
So if you crash the car and you're 30 laps into it, there's 30 laps on your tires. They're still warm when you get back on. But good question.
Now, do the offs hurt the tires more? Like, do you have to be?
Oh, no. What hurts the tires is when you slide. Okay, when you lock your brakes up. If you lock your brakes up and slide off track, that basically overheats them. Give yourself 2 or 3 corners before you put a lot of faith in them again.
Yeah, I actually thought they just were impervious to everything. I didn't realize they went through.
No. When you slide, that basically melts them, and it takes a little bit for them to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I know that in real life. Yeah, I know that in real life. I just didn't know it was doing it in the sim.
What'd you say, Yoakum? Oh, I'm still streaming.
I said, you know, when you just spun your car and you get to the second corner and it spins you again, that's the tires being overheated.
Yep.
leader's just
Yeah, I
done
think
a
I experienced that.
145.38.
Guys, try to time it to where when you come out of the pits, you're not pulling right in front of somebody at turn one. Yes, it's your track, but you're ruining their out lap. It's also very dangerous on this track. Track's over here, Lisa.
I'll find it eventually.
The leader has just done a 145.38.
Gathering required information. Please wait. Steering wheel issues. Come on, bro.
Michael, would you come in my car, please?
Let me get warmed up a little bit, Antonio. Then I will.
Thank you.
Hello, Antonio.
Hello, Joachim.
No, John. Chimples.
Oh, John, how you doing, John? All right, man.
Bro, what the fuck is going on with my steering wheel?
The leader has just done a 144.70.
Oh shit, it says turn wheel left. Bro, what the fuck is going on? This is so stupid. Wow, shit's fucked. So stupid. That's way too much that way, and not enough this way. That doesn't make sense. Ha ha, it's just so dumb. Where's the drivers at? Where the fuck?
Didn't mean to spook you there, Brad. Dave, on my right, if you want.
No problem. That was good.
Software. That stupid one cloud or whatever that Windows cloud is fucking my computer up. I think some things are downloaded to it, and some things are downloaded to the hard drive. I don't like to use the cloud because it has very minimal storage space. But now I'm learning that some of my things are not on my hard drive, so one by one I'm having to re-download everything as I find out. I think that's the issue. Fuck.
Hey, can I talk to an admin?
You're talking to one. Who is this?
Hey, Mike, this is Rob Baines. I keep getting this wicked popping between the iRacing and the Discord audio.
Here's what I would do. Just try muting yourself in Discord and see what happens.
You know,